I'm going to I'm going to give away a line from. I've just finished my latest screenplay.
Molly's Game.
That's right, and it's funny. I've been, since you told me about your dilemma with the writer who lost a lot of money gambling. I've been debating in my head whether I should mention this, but I have worked through the same dilemma with Molly's Game, because just very quickly, Molly's Game is a true story about I think, remarkable young woman named Molly Bloom. She was this close to going to the Olympics. She was ranked third in North America in women's moguls. She was a fantastic student on her way to Harvard Law School. Her life was going to lay out perfectly. She was going to graduate from Harvard Law School with an Olympic medal. It wasn't going to hurt that she's extremely attractive as well, and with a wonderful personality and just a freak accent in qualifying for the Olympics. Just something you couldn't believe. Kept her out of those Salt Lake City games, and she came here to L.A. What I just described is the first 2 minutes of the movie, but she came here to L.A. just to kind of shake off that thing that had happened, and maybe just be young in warm weather for a little while before she would go to law school. She ended up running for 12 years the world's most exclusive high-stakes poker game, a game where there were movie stars, hedge fund managers, big-name athletes, the Saudi princes, and millions of dollars were changing hands in the course of a night. She became known as the biggest game runner in the world, and in writing this, a number of people in the game are bold-faced names. They're people who you'd know. You can Google this and see the sort of tabloid version of the story, but there's a much better story under the tabloid version of the story. And I have gone to great lengths to obscure the identities of those people because I don't want the movie to be about gossip. I wouldn't want it to under any circumstances, but in this particular case, the reason why she is a movie hero, the reason why she's worth writing about in the first place, is that by the end of the whole thing, even if it meant saving her life, guaranteeing her own freedom, she wouldn't have to go to jail for 4 years, even if it meant the restoration of all the money the government took away from her, she would not name a single day. She wouldn't tell a story. She wrote a book for which she could have gotten a $2 million advance. If you'll just give us a story about Leo, come on, please. And she said, I'll tell you that Leo played, because it's already come out in the deposition, but that's all you get. She got a $35,000 advance instead of $2 million. She sold about 7 copies of the book. And
your point is that?
My point is that she also had a consumer-driven reason to do the wrong thing. She says at the end of the movie that she quotes Winston Churchill, who said that success is defined by being able to go from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm.